I hope you loved this hand warmer kit as much as I loved making it. However it ended up in your hands, thank you for supporting my small business. You can get these kits at orphabeatrice.com if you'd like to make more. I'll take you step by step through the whole process. Let's get started. Hey guys, today I'm going to show you how I make my felt hand warmers. It is so easy. So I've got 2 pieces of felt and a needle and then some embroidery thread that's coordinating in color. So you can see I've got these 2 stacked on top of each other. They're cut to be exactly the same size. So to start, you want to take your thread and lay it flat. Make sure you don't have any knots or anything in it. And we're going to take one end and tie it in a knot. I like to double knot too, so. And we'll take the opposite end and thread it through the needle. I like to pull so there's like 3 inches of a tail left. That way it's not coming out of the needle all the time. So you've got your 2 pieces, and when I'm stitching, I'm going to stitch from the right down, across, up, and over. And my goal is to leave about 1.5 inches open so that I can fill it with rice before I finish stitching it up. So if you're left-handed, you might want to work left and around. It just works really well for me to start here, and I'm going to work in this first third. So if you think of splitting this up into thirds, I'm going to come to right about there. It doesn't have to be precise, and start there and work my way around. So to get this started, I'm going to fold this back and find a spot. That's about how deep my stitches are going to be. So they're not going to be really long. I'm going to keep them kind of short, and I want them pretty close together because we're going to be filling this with rice. So you don't want a bunch of rice to sneak through, but I'm going to keep them about that deep. So push the needle through, and then you'll pull until you hit where that knot is. Then you'll just take this and sandwich it back. So now you've got your thread in the back, the knot in the center, and then this laying on top. Then you'll pull the string from the back, and I like to bring it forward and then hold it with my thumb. You also want to make sure that these stay as together as possible. If you start sewing when they're off, you'll have a bunch of excess felt that you'll either need to cut or you'll have to straighten to get it back. So before you pull the needle through, just always check to make sure that these are laying straight together. And then I'm gonna eyeball how deep I made that first stitch and put these together. So you'll pull the needle from the back. You can see it's kind of starting to turn, and that's fine. The first few stitches are the most difficult, just to get everything started. And I'm going to put the needle in right to the right of where that stitch is. I hope you can see that, right to the right there. And then pull through. So as I'm approaching this corner, I'm going to keep doing the stitches the same distance that I had them. So we'll end up getting about 1 more stitch in here. I'm going to put that really close to the corner. And then I'm going to turn it. When I turn it, I want to get the stitches, the next stitch, somewhere right in between those. That'll seal off the corner so that no rice will escape. So I'll go down and tuck right in between those stitches. On the corners, you do pull them a little tight with like so you can see there's a little buckle there just to make sure that they're nice and secure. and then you just keep going. You'll take the needle off and set it aside. And then you've got this little pocket here that you can fill with rice. The easiest way that I found to do this is either putting it in a large Tupperware, or I put my You want to make sure you fill the hand warmer so that it's not so full that it's bulking on the sides, but that it'll lay pretty flat and that the two sides can close up nicely to be stitched. I check that just by pulling tightly on the corners and make sure I haven't filled it with too much rice or not enough. It's important when you're stitching too that you keep pulling it taut. That way you can get an even read of keeping these together so that they keep from buckling. Once you've made your way back to your original stitch, you're actually going to divide the embroidery thread into two pieces. Embroidery thread is made of 6 individual threads. So you'll split them in half, 3 on one side, 3 on the other, and then take those now 2 pieces of string and tie them in a double knot. You'll want to cut the excess thread as close to the knot as possible without nicking the knot. And that's it. They're done. How cute are these? These kits come in a dozen different colors, and if you have any questions about them, you can send me a direct message on Instagram. I love helping you guys create, so whether you gift this kit to a crafty person you know, or you buy a bunch and put them together for Christmas gifts, I'd love to help you along the way. If you love this idea, but you don't see yourself stitching any up soon, I've got some completed sets available at orphabeatrice.com. Don't forget to like this video and hit subscribe for more DIY tutorials to come. Thanks. Love you guys.